My relationship with my dad, I don't know. I feel like we can talk about a lot of things, and he was a good mentor for me, good role model, someone to look up to as a godly way to treat your wife and your family.
He was a loving person. He always wanted, he was a pastor, and he was only home when it was family night and the church was all getting together, then he'd stay home, but he loved the work, and the church was the main part of his life. And then I liked the work too. He was a good example for me to follow.
Oh, my dad was awesome. He was a Christian man, and he was just a rock for me. He was my inspiration.
Good, yeah. Good. Mary?
Same with me. Wonderful role model. Christian man, gentle, kind, sweet, encouraging, comforting. Easy to look at my Heavenly Father because of my dad.
Because he teaches me a lot of stuff that he went through that maybe will save me from having the similar trouble later on in my life.
Good.
Has a lot of love for me too and shows it.
A great dad. He's very caring and loving and full of wisdom, so he teaches me a lot.
I have a great relationship with my dad. He's a lot of fun, and we have a similar personality, so we get along great, and he's a lot of fun and really cares a lot about our family and puts family first.
Well, honestly, seriously, he's the wisest person I know, and we're a lot alike too. We have the same personality, and so he kind of, I guess in a way, understands me better than I know myself sometimes, and so he can really help me out with that.
And how would you describe your dad?
My dad, well, let's see. He's outgoing. Yeah, he's a perfectionist and definitely a people person. Can't take him anywhere without him knowing somebody, and really loves God a lot.
Whenever I have problems or something, or I need some help, I always go to him because I know he can help me. He's fun and he's really nice and stuff.
All right. I'll give you guys your money later.
I would describe my dad as a very dedicated and deliberate person, somebody who loves the Lord and has a daily walk with him. And he's a very diplomatic person. I'll keep on the D's. And he's willing to listen and willing to give good advice. And but probably the number one thing would be that he loves the Lord, and I can tell that just because he's always praying and stuff like that.
My dad, one of the things I admire about him the most is he's a good listener. And you sit down and talk to him, and you just, I'm able to give my dad my heart and tell him things. It's really comforting to me. I've just been able to cherish that in the last few years.
My dad's awesome. He's quite the pillar in the community for me, and a good example for me is his time in going to church and sharing with me as I grew up.
My dad's pretty cool. He always tries to help everybody out whenever they need something, and just been a real good example for me. Through the years, we always went to church on Sunday morning, no matter what we did Saturday night or what we had on the schedule, and just a real good example.
There's lots of words to describe him. He's very patient. Yeah, he is very patient, which is good with all these ladies he has to live with. Yeah, kind of a necessity. Yeah, very important. Hard worker and very patient.
I would describe my dad. He's a very loving guy, and always willing to encourage us with words of encouragement, and I remember some of my fondest memories are sitting with my dad at church and laying my head on his shoulder. He's a very loving guy.
My dad is quiet. He's a good leader. He's generous. Always there. Helpful.
I'm really good friends with my dad. He's like my best friend. I can talk to him about anything. Usually when he's picking me up from school or we're going somewhere, I tell him stories about school and he helps me with my problems. He's always there for me, but we know how to have fun. We wrestle all the time. I love you, Dad.